So my niche is the notary community, specifically notary signing agents. For whatever reason, they interest me. So what I do for my business, I'm not a signing agent, never have been a signing agent, do have a real estate background. That could be the correlation or connection. But what I do at TLG is I do fingerprinting, notary, general notary. If somebody calls, says, hey, do you do notary? I'm in the office from 10 to 5. Come on in or make an appointment if it's beyond today. And Apostille, which is, let me see if I can get a sample. This is a federal apostille. This is produced by the federal is produced by the U.S. State Department in Virginia. State or local apostille is produced by any of your Secretary of State. I'm in Texas, in Houston, Texas. Our Secretary of State is in Austin. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on apostille. Apostille is my favorite thing to do because it's the least amount of work for the highest profit. So just an example, this is a copy of an appointment, basically the cost associated or the revenue from an appointment that I had yesterday. Not to brag, but just to show you or point out how lucrative doing or processing apostille can be. This appointment, keep in mind, this appointment, ignore my fingernail, sorry. This appointment took me all of probably 30 minutes, start to finish, if I bulked it all together. But I do tend to talk a lot, so it took a little bit longer. But these people had come in before and they were purchasing a property in Greece. So whenever you're doing something of a legal aspect in another country, in certain other countries, we can get more into that later, but in certain other countries, they will ask to have your documents apostilled. So they needed fingerprinting done or for their FBI criminal history. It's one charge. They needed a few documents apostilled. They needed, I think, 3 or 4 state documents apostilled, 3 in Texas, 1 in Georgia, and they needed their FBI criminal histories apostilled. So FBI criminal history is a federal document. It goes to Virginia. The state documents, which is a marriage certificate and birth certificate and their CVs, that went to Austin. And another birth certificate, because one of them were born in Georgia, Atlanta, that goes to Atlanta. So all put together, like I said, it took me about 30 minutes altogether. The fingerprinting was probably the most time consuming. Basically, the other part, it was collecting the documents. And the total deposited amount after Square took their fees was 700 and this is the page I printed out from Square, was $745.93. So the profit from that, after I'm paying for the Secretary of State and the Virginia as well as the Georgia, was $620 odd for a half an hour of work. In my office, they come to me, they make an appointment, come to my office, sit down, chat it up a little bit, and as long as there are card swipes at the end of our transaction, I'm good. And then probably another half an hour to process all their paperwork, make sure that all the I's are dotted, my T's are crossed, notarize the documents that need to be notarized, and then drop it off at FedEx or have FedEx come pick it up depending on the time of day. So all told, an hour worth of work and $600 profit. Don't just go out and start processing apostille until you know the certain nuances. And like I said before in a previous video, I am working on a free kind of a mini guide on how you basically can take your information, your location, plug it into a couple of apps through Google and see if it's something that would be beneficial to you. And don't think that just because you're a notary in one city and your Secretary of State is so far away that you can't process, because there's a company in each of the jurisdictions or locations that will help you with that. You just have to pay them. Same thing, like I said, I'm in Houston, Texas. The State Department is in Virginia. All day long, I can process from any of the other states. But like I said, there is a learning curve. There is due diligence that you have to do. So don't just go off and start saying, well, yeah, I can do apostille. I mean, you can, but you still have to do your due diligence. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.